All right, we're now taking you live to the cricket. Ben Stokes is speaking.
What happens at the end of this game? But for us, this is a big game. Purely because we're walking out there representing England. The Ashes, unfortunately for us, hasn't gone the way we wanted it to. But yeah, we've got one more game in a big series, and it's a real big one for us. So although we can't get the thing that we came here for, we've still got a chance to go out there and win a game of cricket for England.
And seeing that moment of the rivals celebrate, is that a gut punch moment where you think could have been different?
Yep.
Okay. How does the way and the manner that the team end what has been a long and a difficult, taxing series? What does it tell you as captain about your team, the way they conduct themselves and play their cricket this week?
A lot. I think it's coming to the end of a long tour where the series is done and you got one game. It's one thing that you don't want to see, and I don't think I will, and I don't think it will happen, is just sort of coasting through this game and seeing what happens. This is a huge game for us, as I said at the start, because we're walking out there and playing for England. It's going to take all 11 of us to go out there and get on the right side of the result like we managed to do last week. Although we get to go home at in 8 or 9 days' time, any thought of that can wait till then. It's about what we do over the next 5 days. That's the most important thing, and putting absolutely everything that we can into the game and giving ourselves the best chance of winning the game.
Would it be your hope that coming off a series that hasn't gone as we planned, that there'll be young players, old players, I don't know, players back in England, players with the Lions, who are looking now and thinking, I can do something, break into that team, be part of changing things? Do you want, as England captain, a ton of players banging down the door back home?
Yeah, absolutely. You want as many players as possible that you want to be able to choose from. We've got this Test match to worry about first, and then 5 to 6 months before we play our next series. So there's a lot of time to go after this game finishes, and then we get back to England, and there's a lot of time to think about things and put our heads together and come up with something that we think is going to get this team back on the direction that we were in 2 years ago. Results and the way in which we were playing so consistently in terms of getting on the right side of results, that's sort of gone downhill. Over the next couple of months, as I say, I'll be desperate to make sure that we try and give ourselves the best chance of, when we do come and face New Zealand in the summer, that we're giving ourselves the best chance of getting those results and being a very consistent team again.
And individually, like 4 years ago, Zach played innings here that sort of was a bit of a calling card for him, and last week in Melbourne, Josh Tongue did himself no harm at all. Is there a message that there's people who are going to play tomorrow, that there's quite a big personal thing to play for, which is that they need to show and they can take something out of a big Test match, big occasion, and bring something into that English summer with them?
Yeah, definitely. Again, it's there will be no there shouldn't be any reason for anyone to get individual or insular around what they need to do this week. It's all about the team. It always is about the team. As soon as anyone sort of starts thinking about their own performances and thinking about their own selves, I think it's quite easy to see through. And it's one thing that I feel like I've managed to get into this group is that everything that you do, say, think should always be directed about what's best for the team, not for yourself. Whoever goes out there this week, everything they do and all the decisions that they make will be aimed towards what the team is, what the team needs.
Okay, we're going to go back left, Dan Cherney, then Cameron, and then Barrett. Go ahead, Dan.
Ben, Andrew McDonald, Australian coach, said a few days ago that the difference between 3-2, 4-1, 5-0 in his mind was the Prism of World Test Championship points rather than the actual result in isolation. What's your view on that? And do these matches encompassing the WTC importance, or is that something that doesn't go through your mind at all?
Oh no, look, I totally get that. That regardless of what happens this week, Australia get to lift the urn and have won the Ashes. But yeah, for us, just every time you walk out and play for your country, regardless of the opposition, regardless of where a series is at, is just as important as if the series is at 2-2. Every game that I play a part of and every game that everyone else plays a part of, we go out there and play to win. Just so happens over the last couple of years, obviously the World Test Championships come into play, and winning or losing dictates how that table looks for you. So, look, the main thing for us is winning this game of cricket, and then if we do win it, we get a few World Test Championship points, I guess.
Cameron, go ahead.
Hi Ben. You and Brendan have always presented kind of very united front. Just wondering, has the intensity of this tour kind of tested your relationship at all?
No, I don't think so. We've always been very, forth with each other. That's where the relationship that we've built, not only in a professional, capacity, works really well. Yes, we are, pretty good mates away from cricket as well now. But we have been two people who have always challenged each other, and that hasn't changed on this trip. We do discuss quite a lot about stuff behind the scenes, because without discussion I don't feel like you sort of get anywhere. So no, I wouldn't say that our relationship has been challenged really at all.
Barrett, go ahead.
Ben, before the series you said you didn't want whatever happened in the series to define your legacy as captain, but externally the English captains get judged on how Ashes tours go. So personally, what do you take away from this series on the
Again, like all that time, the time for all that kind of stuff isn't now. We've still got a big game to play, and as I said, we've got a big gap between our next Test series. So everything to do with the team going forward will be, we'll wait to do all that. But yeah, again, like all the legacy stuff on that, it's just all external. So.
Ian, just as your third Ashes tour.
It's all about the team, Ben Stokes says, the English cricket captain. He said as soon as someone thinks about themselves, it's easy to see through. The next 5 days are going to be the most important, he said, of course, as they have named their 12-man squad for the 5th and final Ashes Test.